There's a common belief in online business that if people are confused about your offer, you simply need to explain it better, write more, clarify more, answer more questions, add more detail. And at first, that seems reasonable. But when you find yourself explaining your offer constantly, the problem is rarely communication alone. It is usually structure, because a clear offer does not require endless explanation. A well positioned offer makes sense quickly. People understand what it is, they understand who it's for, they understand the transformation it provides. And when the clarity exists, explanation becomes refinement rather than rescue. This is where many digital businesses run into a hidden structural problem. The offer exists, but it does not sit inside a clear ecosystem. In a digital wealth ecosystem, your offers are not isolated products. There are structured components of a larger architecture. There are entry points where new people can begin. There are deeper offers where transformation expands. There are clear pathways that move someone from discovering your work to trusting it to investing in it. Visibility brings people into the ecosystem. The offers show them where to go next. When that structure is missing, the audience arrives but does not know how to orient themselves. They hesitate, they ask questions, they wait, they leave, and the woman running the business starts trying to compensate with explanation. Longer captions, more detailed sales pages, more clarifying posts. But explanation cannot repair structural ambiguity. Clarity must exist inside the architecture of the offer itself. This is where identity begins to show up in a surprising way because many women unconsciously soften or complicate their offers when they are still growing into the leadership identity required to hold them. Clarity requires standards. It requires saying exactly who something is for. It requires saying who it is not for. It requires trusting that the right people will recognize themselves without being persuaded line by line. That kind of clarity asks for self possession. Feminine leadership in digital business is not about explaining yourself endlessly. It is about refinement. It is about presenting something with enough clarity and conviction that the right people immediately understand its place in your world. When that clarity is missing, the nervous system begins to work harder because every interaction becomes a small negotiation. You find yourself anticipating confusion, preparing to explain, carrying the responsibility of making the offer make sense for everyone. Over time, that becomes cognitively exhausting, not because the business is growing too fast, but because the structure of the offer is not carrying its own clarity. Digital wealth businesses are different. Their offers function like anchors inside the ecosystem. Each offer has a role. Each offer speaks to a clear stage of the audience journey. Each offer naturally guides someone toward the next step. When that architecture is present, something interesting happens. The business becomes quieter, not silent, but quieter, less explaining, less convincing, less chasing clarity, because the offer itself is clear enough to hold attention and decision. And that shift changes the identity of the woman leading the business. She is no longer persuading people to understand what she built. She is leading an ecosystem where the structure speaks for itself. And when offers become structurally clear, explanation stops being a constant task. It becomes a refinement. And that is when your business begins to move with far less friction.